Hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Gone Home. In the last episode, we finished exploring the basement and I think we figured out what was going on between Oscar and Terry, and I actually wanted to say I think I figured out why Terry kept the letter from Oscar, why he ripped it up, stuck it back together and kept it, and I think that Terry feels guilty. I don't think he should feel guilty. Like, it's not his fault that Oscar was just a disgusting person, and none of that is Terry's fault. But I think that from Terry's perspective, I think he loved his Uncle Oscar. We know that Terry, at the very least, came to Arbor Hill every year, at least once a year, between the ages of 6 and 12. Presumably he was seeing his uncle more than that. And from Terry's perspective, they had a good relationship. I mean, in that newspaper clipping we saw where the pharmacy gets the soda fountain, like, that was some prime publicity for the pharmacy. Who gets the first scoop of ice cream? You know, if you were thinking like, oh, I want this to be the best publicity I can get, then you would ask the mayor or the mayor's kid to get the first scoop. But no, it was Terry who got the first scoop, presumably at Oscar's insistence. I want the first ice cream to go to my nephew because I love him. And in the aftermath of Terry's abuse, Oscar gets completely ostracized from the rest of his family, and I think that's why Terry feels guilty. Terry feels like it's my fault that this beloved member of my family is now being ignored and pushed to the side, and it absolutely isn't Terry's fault. It obviously isn't Terry's fault, but I think it's a lot of internalized guilt he's dealing with. Also, knowing what we know now, that the entire premise of John Russell isn't that Terry wants to go back to 1963 to save JFK. He wants someone to go back to 1963 to save 12-year-old Terry. His dad's letter calling the entire plot cliched, Deus Ex Machina, dime store science fiction, no wonder that hurt. Considering that was Terry's way of saving himself, and his dad sits there in an impersonal letter and slags it off. It's like, before knowing that, the letter to Terry was harsh, but I was like, is that harsh enough to cut out his dad's face in that picture? Knowing now what that book means to Terry, I can understand completely why he would remove his dad's face like that. Now then, I want to get some light up in here. There we go. Now then, and ooh, excellent, even better. Yeah, we can unlock from this way. Aha, excellent. Guardian angels up above, bless this house with lots of love. Aw, that's sweet. Not something I'd put up in my house, but it is quite sweet. Now then, before I forget, this. Salon Josephine, Sam Greenbrier, Stylish Sherry, and she had a shampoo and a set, a colour, a perm, Jesus, perms, and a manicure. Okay. No, Jan, excuse me. Yeah, that says Jan, not Sam. So this is our mum. Okay. 119. Oof. Okay. That was the 22nd of the 2nd. All right. So our mum's getting dolled up for something. I don't suppose there's anything else on the sofa. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Froth, music and culture, tincture. I don't even know what that word is. Hoff Keepsy's Teenager of the Year, Guided by Voices, Medicine. And nothing back there. Okay. Offer of promotion. Bruce Pendleton, Head of Personnel, State Forestry Service. Dear Head Conservationist Greenbrier, due to your exemplary management of the Flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and the service's need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director responsible for operations throughout northwestern Oregon. Your assistance would be sought to fill your previous position on site at the Flintlock National Forest. Your new posting would be at the Regional Management Building located at 128 Bullhorn Road, which should be much more convenient for your daily commute. Please respond as soon as possible regarding your decision. We very much look forward to your reply. Signed, Bruce Pendleton. Okay. So our mum's been offered a promotion. However, there was some, how do I want to put this? Jan may or may not, we haven't had any definite proof that they have been having an affair, but it seems like our mum might have an interest in one of her co-workers. This Ranger Rick guy, en español. Aha. I'm guessing Sam is learning Spanish for Lonnie. But, yeah, we've... In some correspondence with Carol mentioned, like, ooh, tell me everything about Ranger Rick. Then we found that our mum was going to meet him at, like, a cafe, either at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. We weren't sure which. And he gave her a book of poetry, but, like, there was something weird about it, because it had been banned for obscenity, but it was banned for obscenity in, like, the 1700s, so presumably not what we would call smut today, but, like, it's a bit suspicious. Okay. Hey, Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is, like, an hour away, and then when she is home, she takes it out on you, like, because you're not a member of the family, she knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Jan and Terry aren't too fond of Lonnie. They think Lonnie is getting Sam into trouble. Haha, it's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyles. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up, the mom thing like that. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho-Christian and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So, you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Okay, so Lonnie doesn't get on with her mum. Okay. Right. What is that? What is that in the back? I think that's just a light socket, but I want to see. Yeah, I think that's just a light socket. Okay. Now I see this over here. Stub. National tickets. Earth, Wind and Fire. February 23rd. So Jan went out and got her hair and nails done immediately before going to see this. This is Yeah, just Earth, Wind and Fire, Civic Auditorium, 1 p.m. Okay, so Jan went to see a concert. Nice. That way looks scary as shit, so I'm gonna probably go through there, but... Oh! Just a closet. Nothing in there. And what is this? Sam, this skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3 American. I love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you, Lonnie. P.S. Treasure it always. Yes, I said that the sugar skull was probably a gift from Lonnie while she was in Mexico. Okay, that's cute. Oh, there. Ooh, a dining room. Okay, very fancy dining room too. Let's get some lights on. To be honest, I'm not too thrilled with all the wallpaper in this house, but I guess it's like probably from, maybe not the time when it was built, but like it'll be old. They haven't had a chance to like update it yet. Okay. Mom's purse. Nothing special about it. What was it hiding? Manual for Forestry Research and Education. Takelma County. Forestry Service. Again, doesn't seem to be much of anything, but what is this? Oh. Hi, Jan. I got 2 tickets for Earth, Wind and Fire on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. Her taste in music rears its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you might be interested in. More fun than clearing brush in the freezing rain, right? Rick. Okay. This is going to sound really bad, but I get the very distinct feeling that our mum is getting the wrong end of the stick with Rick. So far, because he's bringing up his girlfriend. If he was having an affair with Jan, this doesn't read like, 2 lovers communicating. I get that it was hidden, but like, I think if Terry read this, he wouldn't be suspicious. Like, if my boyfriend got a letter like this from a lady, I wouldn't be suspicious. Mainly because I know my boyfriend wouldn't cheat, but also, like, it's very friendly. It's friendly and jovial. And he mentions that he got the tickets for him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend didn't want to go. Like, Jan was an afterthought. But I think Jan is reading a lot into this. And so I'm inclined to say that the meeting at the cafe was probably 8 a.m. They met for breakfast before going to work. And I think the book of poetry was just a book of poetry. It wasn't, like I said, from Rick's perspective, it was just a nice book of poetry. Jan likes poetry. And Jan immediately kind of jumped into it was banned on obscenity grounds. Ooh, he's sending me erotic poetry from the 1700s. Yeah, I think maybe Jan is having an emotional affair with Rick, but I don't think Rick is having any kind of affair with Jan. I think from Rick's perspective, this is just a work friendship. Like, he's maybe grateful that Jan offered him a permanent position at Takelma County Forestry Service, maybe. Oof. Which, how do I put it? If that's the case, then I think maybe Jan's going to get very upset at some point. Okay. Oh, we have another postcard from Rome. I believe that's Vatican City. God, no buts in heaven. Yeah, this must be, yeah, I don't speak Italian, I'm afraid, but I see the word Vaticano. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. The Vatican is weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all of the art, including the Sistine Chapel ceiling, you're not allowed to take pictures in there, and the sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. Mom, we'll have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have various relics, as in pieces of important dead people, so you should probably come too. Next stop, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull. Probably. Love, Katie. Yes, St. Peter's Square, Vatican City. Okay, that's cool. And, ooh, what is this? Oh, it's like a little, conservatory, orangery, greenhouse thing. Cool. And, doesn't seem to be anything in there. We have, yes, the zine. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any different from the ones in the little, I'm not entirely sure what to call it, the little hidden room that we started the episode in. And this is a note. Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we are absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges, and from using your car for anything except going to and from school. We understand what you are going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school, and clearly once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. Oh. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course so this won't have to happen again. Dad. Oh no. Disciplinary referral. Samantha Greenbrier. Teacher... Mac... I can't read that. Madison? Maybe? I don't know. Description of behavior or incident. Distributing inappropriate material on school ground. Oh, they got caught distributing the magazine. Phone call to students' parents. Out of school suspension for 4 days. Damn. Oh.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra.
Yep.
Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
So, I'm very lucky in that I have very accepting parents. And I'll always remember, because to be perfectly honest, I kind of I kind of outed myself when I was very, very little, because I'll always remember it was the road to El Dorado, and my mum was saying, oh, don't Julio and the other guy, I can't remember his name, Miguel, I can't remember, don't Julio and the other guy, aren't they handsome? And I was like, yeah, but Cello. So I think, like, from being quite little, my parents were kind of like, well, she's either... like, there's a pretty good chance that she might be into ladies. So they could prepare from, being quiet, from, for a long time, basically. And I'll always remember my cousin, she was in quite a bad relationship. It wasn't physically abusive, but it was emotionally abusive, basically. She has a lot of problems and medical problems. I don't want to be very specific because she has the right to privacy, but basically he kind of made her feel bad for, needing medication and things like that. And I'll always remember we were stood in the kitchen. I would have been maybe 15, 16, somewhere around there. And my mum said, listen, I don't care who you marry in the future, boy or girl. I don't care. I just want you to be with someone who treats you respectfully. That's all I want. And like I said, I got very lucky with my parents. For some reason, they were well, my dad didn't react because I came out in the stealthiest way possible, literally. You could call it a drive-by, because I'm bisexual, and that was a terrible pun, I do apologise. But literally, I came out in the stealthiest way to them. I didn't need to, I fully acknowledge I didn't need to, because, as I've said, my parents were always they always made me feel welcomed. As such, I've never really questioned my sexuality, never. I've always kind of known what I am. I've never felt guilty. The gits, very nice. I've never felt guilty about it because I've never felt like I was incorrect for feeling that way. Oh, I see the nice stationery. I'm guessing this is Carol, so I'm going to just finish what I'm saying before reading this. Yeah, I came out in the stealthiest way to my parents. We were filling out a job application form. It was on my mum's laptop, and she's quite possessive of that thing, so she was, holding it. She was doing all of the clicking and all of that. And I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but I know that I was going to say in the UK, but I can't speak for, job applications in Scotland or Wales or Northern Ireland. So in England, at the very least, there is always this equality section where basically they ask, what is your gender? Is it the same as you were assigned at birth? What is your sexuality? That kind of thing. And my mum goes, oh, this is easy. Female, yes, heterosexual. And I just went, oh, you got that one wrong. And I just changed heterosexual to bisexual. And then before she could really react, I was like, right, next one. Okay, what's the next section? Okay, this is the qualifications. Do you want me to fill this in? Like I said, I think they expected me to come out as lesbian, not as bi. So they were a little bit like, oh, but that was it. There wasn't any kind of condemnation or are you sure? I think you could be confused. None of that. So I really got lucky with them. Okay. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier, Regional Director, so she took the job. And I say congratulations because, come on, she might not take the job, okay. And I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call them back. But in the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with our favourite flannel-clad hunk. What a blast. But you sound like you're making a lot... Yeah, Carol has the same thing I'm thinking. But you sound like you're reading a lot into an innocent night out. You're sure there's something there? You said he has an out-of-town girlfriend, and you're sure they're not serious? Okay, I do have to figure out when we'll see each other next in person. Enough with the letters. I owe you a congratulatory margarita, boss lady, soon. Carol. Yeah, Carol. I'm with Carol. I think this was a completely innocent, night out. His girlfriend didn't want to come, so he asks his boss to instead, because he likes his boss. She's a nice lady, and Jan's kind of turning this into a date. We can live that. Anything in here? No. Oh, God, I'm sorry I'm going on about that, but it's so unfortunate that Sam had to come out to her parents in that way. Crumpled manuscript. The Accidental Warrior by Terence L. Greenbrier. Don't give up on this, honey. Oh, Jan's being supportive. Oh, good on you, Jan. Support your husband. No, I will say that I got very lucky with my parents, but to be perfectly honest, they weren't the first people I came out to. I actually came out to a friend, and she did what Sam's parents did. They did the whole, you don't know what you're talking about. Basically, she was how do I put this? She was actually my singing teacher. I had known her. She was in her 40s. I was in sixth form, I'm pretty sure. So I would have been around 18. I was 18 years old, because I remember that was one of the things that really got to me. I came out to her and she was like, you're too young to know what you're talking about. Like, one, I was 18. Like, what really got to me was if I had sat down and said, listen, I need to tell you, I'm attracted to guys, I'm straight, she would have looked at me like, yeah, of course you are, what are you talking about? So that pissed me off, first and foremost. Then, what was it? Okay, why are there no lights? Get me some light. Thank you. Let's go to this room. She did all of it. You're too young to know what you're talking about. What was the other thing? I have a degree in psychology, and I know for a fact that bisexuality doesn't exist. It's an excuse used by sluts who like to sleep around, and you're not a slut, therefore you can't be bi. You've just contradicted yourself there, love. Is it an excuse used by sluts, or doesn't it exist? I didn't say that, of course, because I was kind of in shock, to be perfectly honest. Because she constantly went on about how she was all for equality, and everyone has the right to be who they are. When you're in my house, you don't need to be afraid of being who you are. But what she actually meant was, I really like gay guys, and women who are attracted to other women in any kind of way disgust me. And I should have known that. Because she would say horrific things about lesbians, and I should have... On one hand, I feel like I shouldn't blame myself, because she was the biphobic one. She was the one being offensive, but at the same time I'm like, I knew she didn't like lesbians. I knew this, and for years I turned a blind eye to it, because I kind of saw her as like a surrogate mother figure. She listened to me in areas that my own mother didn't. And we got very personal this episode. I'm the woof. I think that this will be my last thing on it. I turned a blind eye to that prejudice, because I thought, oh no, it's just that she doesn't know anyone personally. If she knew that I was bi, she wouldn't think that way. And then turned out, no, she did. She did think that way. And literally the next week, because as I said, she was my singing teacher. And, unknown dimensions again. She was my singing teacher. And I kind of thought, I'm not going to pay this woman to teach me stuff if I know that she's... Is there a specific term for lesbian phobic? Let's call her homophobic. She, like... I'm not going to pay her when I know she's got these views. And I phoned her up to say I can't take singing lessons with you anymore. And literally she went, oh, you're not embarrassed about that silliness the other day. And it's my biggest regret. One of my biggest regrets. Because I lied and I said, oh no, not at all. It's the exam season's coming up and I need time to study. Because I want to get good grades. I lied and she accepted that. Because I said, oh, well, once exam season is over, I'll be back to taking lessons. And I wish I had had the balls to say, no, I'm not embarrassed about that silliness. I'm outraged. You sit there and you say, oh, I'm all for equality, when what you actually mean to say is that I'm bigoted, but because I like gay men, I can't possibly be a bigot. I wish I had said that to this day. Okay. Unknown dimension literature. Okay, so... Oh! He's been republished! The Accidental Savior. This was our dad's first book. Another unknown dimension literature discovery. November 21st, 1963. Also, is Thanksgiving in November? I can't remember. I can't remember. I don't know. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. John Russell knows that the president's life hangs in the balance. But who would believe him? Okay, so things are looking up for Terry. That's good. And in here, we have... oh, a mixtape. No, just a cassette. Bratmobile, some special. Okay. And a pack of cards. Lovely. Okay, so we have an invitation. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair, don't know who that is, request the honour of your presence at the marriage of their daughter, Helen Margaret, to Mr. Richard Morris Pattermatch. Sunday the 4th of June, 1995 at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's odd. I'm not too this might sound terrible, but normally Americans don't use half-past. From what I've found is that Americans tend to say 4:30. Half-past is generally quite a British thing. I wonder if they did say an out-of-town girlfriend. Maybe Helen is British. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe wedding invitations have like more formal, timings. Sunset Lutheran Church, Seaside, Oregon. Okay. Oh, that must have been a blow for Jan. There we have the proof that it was just a friend. Like they're getting married. When are they getting married? Sunday, the 4th of June. Hang on a minute. Inventory. Sunday the 4th of June and we flew back on June 6th. Maybe they're at the wedding. If this is like if this is far enough away, then maybe that's where they've gone. They've gone to watch Ranger Rick get married. God, that again, I am pretty much convinced that on Rick's part, he was being perfectly friendly, never intended anything untoward towards, not untoward, but anything other than friendship. Especially considering he's clearly, because this is from her parents, he's told her about his really good friend at work, and she's told her parents, send invitations because Jan is a really good friend of my future husband's. Oh, that's gotta be painful. Sam's schedule: working at Crown Burger on Bethel Road, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 3 p.m. till 7 p.m, Saturday, 12 p.m. till 6 p.m. Okay. And this is... we can't look at it, but... Amore Pizza. Delivery in 40 minutes, guaranteed, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. I could go for some pizza. We can open the fridge. And the freezer. Okay, let's see, what have we got? The fridge looks rather bare. We have some veggies. Is that... oh, ice cream. What flavor? Cookie caramel. Good choice. My favorite flavor is mint. Fan of anything minty. And probably cola. Okay, let's close the fridge. Very nice. Oh god. This will sound stupid. I'm only just properly looking at the kitchen. What on earth? It looks like a bomb's gone off in here. Jesus. Maybe the kitchen's being redone. At least that's what I hope is happening. That would make sense. If I moved into an old house, one of the first places I'd do up would be the kitchen. Kitchen and living room, I think. There we go. And, ooh, nice little pantry. Is there anything important in here? No, doesn't look like it. up here. Another phone. Then again, considering this house is so big. Let's see. French desserts, grilled cuisine, the fun of cooking, braising, a handbook. And this is, congratulations on your new position. Bruce Pendleton, Head of Personnel, State Forestry Service. Dear Regional Conservation Director Greenbrier, having received your formal acceptance letter, I write to congratulate you on your new position as Regional Conservation Director of the State Forestry Service. We wish you luck in your final weeks at Flintlock National Forest and very much look forward to welcoming you to your new desk in the State Forestry Office at 8 a.m. on May 1st. Signed, Bruce Pendleton, 10th of the 4th. So my guess is that she was going to decline because Ranger Rick is at, Flintlock National Forest, but then she gets the wedding invitation, realizes, no, there's nothing between us aside from friendship. I misjudged this completely. And then she sends in the letter accepting the new position. Okay, that's kind of sad. Let's see, June. I don't need to zoom in that much. Katie comes home this month. Will call with exact dates. Can't make it. Send regards. Oh. Rick's wedding. They can't make it to Rick's wedding. So that, I think that's Terry's handwriting. Terry got the wedding invitation, assumed that Jan would want to go. Jan is obviously like, she doesn't want to go, so can't make it, send regards. Or regrets. Oh, send regrets, we regret to say we cannot make it. Okay. And then, anniversary trip. This is the 6th. This is where Mum and Dad are. They're on an anniversary trip. Okay. So, I'm guessing that, again, this is all speculative. They receive the invitation. Terry pencils it in. Jan's like, oh God, no, I can't watch this guy who I had a crush on get married. So she books this anniversary trip and kind of, says, oh, we booked this trip well in advance. Sorry, we can't make it. Okay, and that's why none of them got the memo. Because they were gone from Saturday 3rd. We sent the voicemail on like the 5th. Or maybe the 6th, depending on time zones. And that's why no one's here. Okay. Well, we figured it out. We figured out the mystery. We know where... Well, we don't know where Sam is. That's the only thing. We don't know where Sam is, but we know where Terry and Jan are. They're on a trip. Okay. Charity... What? Charity work... Pickup, basement, noon. Okay, so someone's coming to get a load of stuff that's in our basement. Okay. Dentist for Sam at 9:30. Janet, no, Forest, okay, so this is the Forestry Service are having a hiking event. Don't know what this says, though. Church potluck. Oh, Jan's going to be bringing scalloped potatoes. Lovely. And then on the 27th, I don't know what that says. Elementary public areas cleanup. So they're doing like a forestry cleanup thing. Okay. Okay, so at least we know where Mum and Dad are. Got it. Oh, still no pizza. And a... No, we can't read this note. Can you... There we go. No, there's not a light over on this side. And nothing over here. Okay. And a story. Samantha and Daniel were in the woods one day. It was sunny and they were on an adventure, but they went to the bad part of the woods and it got dark. Daniel said, "Are you scared?" So Samantha said, "No, are you?" they laughed and went more into the bad part than they meant to. Then they went to a part. Samantha must have been very little when she wrote this. It's rather difficult to read. Went to a part that was never there before, and there was a ship, a pirate. Oh! This is the beginnings of Captain Allegra and the First Mate. It was Daniel. It was Samantha and Daniel. A pirate ship. On an ocean. Samantha said, I'll be the captain and you be the first mate. Daniel said, aye aye, Captain. Captain, probably. And they went on the pirate ship and started sailing away. Oh, and there's a picture of Samantha and Daniel. Yeah, this is the origins of Captain Allegra and the First Mate, and Samantha's been writing about them ever since, and they've just been developing into their own kind of things. That's so cool.
Daniel finally came over to get his game.
Oh.
I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
Oh. I was saying this before. Samantha, she did kind of take advantage of Daniel in terms of like moving and then being like, oh, he was so weird, I was never really his friend, but he did have that Nintendo game I can ask him for, which kind of scummy. Because it's from that, it seems like Daniel's a good dude. Oh, Samantha. Okay, now then, I am way over time for this episode. In the next, we'll see what is through that door, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.